Hi guys, welcome to Hoops Junction. Today we learned that Giannis Antentokounmpo has signed a 4-year, $100 million extension, which is really good for him. It changes his life. It puts money in his pockets and his family's pockets. I remember him telling a story where him and his family, they grew up dirt poor in Greece and they could barely afford any food. Now there's going to be a whole lot of eating, a whole lot of luxury, and just a good life to come. But that's neither here nor there. We're talking about the deal, and it doesn't make sense for both parties. Now, for Giannis, it makes all the world of sense. He's a young guy. He wants to get a max kind of get a deal, $25 million a year. That sounds good to me. So, and this was to be expected with the large cap, the increase of cap. Everybody's getting paid big bucks. A la Mike Conley, 5 years, $153 million. So these deals were coming out of the woodwork. Dellavedova signed a $38 million deal for 4 years, so he's almost making $10 million a year. So, and he's a backup. So that being said, Giannis now he has his money. How is he going to perform? Now the Bucks are looking at this twofold. They're looking at it as we're invested in this young guy for now and for the future, because right now Giannis is great, or he's good, but he's not quite great yet. Part of the issues with Giannis come from the fact that he's not a really good shooter. Like, the first year he shot 31% from three. Second year he shot 16% from three. Last year he shot 25% from three. So that's not too good. But if you look at all his other numbers, his scoring and rebounding has all increased. First year he averaged like 6 points a game, like 2 rebounds. Next year, the second year, he averaged 12 points a game, about 4 rebounds. Last year, he averaged 16.9 points a game and about 7.7 rebounds, so about 8 rebounds. So he's growing by leaps and bounds, and that is good because you want to look at everything in terms of the long haul. The Bucks are looking at they're positioning their team to compete now, but more for later. If you think about it, LeBron, Carmelo, Dwayne Wade, all those guys are starting to get out of their prime. Like they're slowly but surely getting out of their prime. So what does that mean? That means the young guys, the Detroit Piston players, Stanley Johnson, the all the young Miami Heat players, all the young guys, it's their time now. So that's what they're looking at. The Bucks are thinking in the next 2 to 3 years, we keep this young nucleus together. We got who do they have? Jabari Parker. Now you have Giannis Antetokounmpo, you have Michael Carter Williams, you have Chris Middleton, which is an awesome player. Then you add Greg Monroe to the mix. I mean, you have a solid team with a ton of length that could defend like crazy, and they're athletic. So they're just trying to keep that nucleus together because they know in like the next 2 to 3 years, the Bucks are bound to compete. They're gonna be like top four in the East, and they can even go to the Eastern Conference Finals if one of those players emerge into something huge. And they're hoping that Giannis Antetokounmpo emerges into something huge. So, for me, I wouldn't have paid him that much money, but at the same time, I understand where they're coming from. They're saying that this guy's only getting better every year. So let's pay him now so we don't have to worry about him leaving later. And we keep our nucleus together, and then we could compete. I don't know if you guys remember this, but there was a team for the Bucks. They had Ray Allen, Sam Cassell, and Big Glenn Dog Robinson, and they were a force to be reckoned with. So now you have a sort of like a Bucks resurgence, where now instead of having those big three guys, you have a low post guy in Greg Monroe that can defend the paint. You have a shooter in Middleton. You have a defender in Giannis, and then you have a point guard that can make plays in Michael Carter Williams. So they're really going to be a scary team in the next couple of years. Even probably this year. I don't want to sleep on them, but at the same time, Giannis has not showed that he's a knockdown shooter yet. And all those guys, eventually, they're going to pick up their shooting and their poise and maturity. And when that happens, they're going to be a force to reckon with. So let me know what you think about the deal. Do you like the deal? Do you dislike the deal? Do you think that the Bucks got robbed? Do you think Giannis got overpaid? Do you think Giannis was underpaid? Let me know. I want to hear what you have to say about this. This is Vladimir from Hoops Junction, where hoops meets hoopla. Peace.